Hey traders, I'm going to give you a quick update on the silver and gold market. Guys, this video here is general advice only. I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow or next week for that matter. And it is our job as traders is to follow along with what the market is telling us today, tomorrow, the next day, and continue to read the story as it unfolds. Make sense? Trading involves risk, and if you're not smart about the way you're trading, yes, you're going to lose a lot of people, and you're going to be part of that 95% who don't get ahead in the markets. Now, quick update on silver and gold here right now. Let's actually have a quick look at what's going on. Let's have a quick look at gold right now. Firstly, what's happened with gold? We're just simply hovering around on this daily chart. If I bring up this, let me just focus on this daily chart here first. You can see here, right? We're just sort of just going sideways. We're not in an upward trend. We're not in the downward trend. We're just sideways. There's no one in control of that daily chart. So it's not the bottom in the market. It's not the top in the market, you know, and all that down home country goodness. Also, and one of the reasons why you got to be careful about gold is because there's so many reports coming out right now about how these countries are buying up gold, and I'm sure it's going to be the bottom now because they're starting to buy up a lot of gold right now. Guys, that's been happening for the last decade. All right, don't listen to that. Focus on the charts. Most people don't believe this. I don't know why, but it's clear as day. Most people don't think, oh, charts have nothing to do with it. Oh, well, that's got to do with the stock market. That's the stock market that the charts work on, not the crypto market. Total bullshit, right? Focus on what the market's telling you. They're all operated by the exact same machine, and humans, every market is operated on. So therefore, it's going to do the exact same thing. Remember, a chart is just a representation of human psychology. And it's our job to read the market to tell us what is basically what are people thinking and feeling at that time. Make sense? So that's all it really is, and most people focus on the fundamentals. Now, if you're trading the market and you're focusing on fundamentals, that's completely wrong, right? Let's go focus on the fundamental of this company, and then let's go put a short-term trade on. I'm going to get in and I'm going to get in and get out in 2 days time frame. Do you know how ludicrous that sounds? Right? So when you're trading the market, don't be looking at all these white papers and fundamentals and all that sort of stuff and then getting in and getting out for a week, right? Those fundamentals take a long time to start to unfold. And as you guys have seen so many times, it doesn't matter about the PE ratio. Yes, it could be overvalued. It can be even more overvalued, okay? Now, just focus on what the market's telling you. And right now, what's happening with the actual weekly chart is we're still hovering around this major, we've got this major low through here, and now we're just hovering around this low through here right now. So we had this big drop down, which is a lot of price. Now we're just going sideways, we're refueling. Again, that's how the markets work. How do the markets work? We go for a run, we go for a pullback. We go for a run, we go for a pullback. That's called a downward trend, okay? So right now, as I speak, we are in a downward trend and we're getting a bit of a pullback, right? That's what we see right now. Next month, over the next couple of months, that could change. Then it's our job to continue changing with that. No one knows what's going to happen in the future, but if you read what the market's telling you right now, this is just a short-term slight little pullback. We've got this big, strong selling move, all these weak little buys on this weekly chart, and the same for this chart here as well too. There's a very high probability that this thing's going to likely turn around and then head and rally back down towards the 2017 lows. But John, you don't understand. Blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter what you think or what you hope for. Remember, it's based on what the charts are telling you right now. And if those weekly charts are heading down, you're trying to fight that, you're going to be wrong 99% of the time. And guess what? The market's going to be right. Respect the market, respect the market. Let's now continue on to the silver market. Okay, now looking at the silver market, what's happening right now for the last couple of months? Really nothing, right? We're just in this squeezing up into this wedge here. Now, this is the short term, right? We could get a break up out of this here, or we can get a breakdown. What is the probability here? Now, the probability, if we go back to our weekly chart, is what? Let's go back to this chart here. Is big, strong selling movement, very weak sideways movement on silver. Now, the reason why this is happening, guys, if you understand how the markets work, think about the market as your body, as your body, right? Now, if you go sideways, think about sideways movement as in resting. You're resting, you're eating a lot of carbs, you're eating a lot of food, you're refueling. And then suddenly what happens, right, is that then you go to the gym, you go for a jog, you have some busy days, and you start to use all that energy up, right? Like an athlete. And then after a while, guess what? Now your body has run out of all that energy. It now needs a few days to sit down, relax, not go to the gym, not jog, not do any exercise, just to recoup, right? Have some pizza, whatever, watch a movie, and then to recoup. And that's what that's what it's doing right now. It's recouping, and then we're getting ready for another move. That's how the markets work, guys. So what we're doing right now is we had this big, strong selling movement, and now we're just going sideways. We're building up we're now building up a lot more fuel, and we're building up a lot more fuel or energy in the markets, and then we're now getting ready to release it as well too. And so I still do see the silver market breaking below these lows through here and going for more of a run on the downside. That's what I'm seeing right now. We're not getting strong buys out of this silver market right now on this weekly chart. So therefore, remember, the weekly chart is king. If you watch my video, watch my last few videos, this weekly chart, if you trade in the daily chart on silver and gold, this weekly chart is the roadmap. Okay, it is the roadmap, and the more you can understand what this weekly chart's telling you, like I just explained to you just there, that's just one of the techniques that I use to understanding how the markets work, and where are we in what we call the phases. Are we in a moving phase? Are we in an acceleration phase, or using energy phase, or are we in a resting, building up energy phase? And as you can see, right, that's what the market does. Look at all this energy just resting here, all this time here. So the market built up all this energy, right? Or it's rested for a while. Now it's ready to use that energy, and then it goes for a run. Now it's building up a lot of energy, and then it's getting ready for another run. Now, no one knows where the breakout's going to be, right? But when you're looking at probability, had the strong sellers, weak buys, and also momentum, the probability is that over the next few weeks, we're likely to start seeing some more selling in silver. And we're probably likely to start seeing this silver market drop down. As you can see, right, we're just going into this apex. So there's a very high probability that we're likely to continue down to run these stops. To me, it just doesn't make sense that the market would almost get to a low level down here on this silver chart, and then it have problems. All right, it has problems here. And then we all got down. We all know there's going to be a lot of stops down around the 1350, right? Because that's where it's just below there. So that tells me we're likely to go for a bit of a run down through there. And yeah, so that's basically what I see. So it's a bit of an update, guys, on silver. Remember, it's not my opinion that matters. It's not your opinion that matters. It's your ability to be able to read what the market is telling you. Because remember, that's all we have right now, right? We cannot trade based on what we think is going to happen tomorrow. Because what you think is going to happen tomorrow is always wrong. It's always wrong. And the more we can get out of ourselves and look at the market from a non-emotional, non-biased view and say, okay, market, what are you telling me today? And then guess what? Tomorrow you come back and say, okay, what are you telling me today? And if the story starts to change on those charts, you need to bend and mold with that. That's what makes a successful trader. A successful trader bends and molds with the market as the market changes, right? So the market could be in a downward trend, and then suddenly we start to get some bullish movement out of it, or a bullish trend or a sideways movement. We bend and mold it. Okay, now it's in a bearish mode. Right now, we're silver in a bearish mode. All right, right now we're just going through a bit of a resting phase. Okay, right now we're getting some, do you know what I mean? Like, it's so important as a professional trader that you bend and mold with what the market is telling you today. And right now today on silver, what do we have? We have very weak, we have sellers in control. Trying to buy it right now it's crazy, right? There's no strong buyers here whatsoever. Nothing here. We've got this big strong selling down, and we're just going sideways for a bit, just resting for a bit, refueling. That's what the market's telling us right now. Respect the market, respect the market, respect the market, because I guarantee if you don't respect the market, you're going to keep losing money. You're going to keep getting into stuff that you think is a good idea, that you hope it's a good idea. And whatever you think or hope, it's always wrong, right? Us humans are always wrong. The market is always right. After being mentored by 4 different 7-figure traders, I've realized they all have some things in common that actually help them do really, really well in the markets. So I'm actually putting on a free training where I'm going to walk you through the 7 simple but powerful universal laws to becoming a consistent profitable trader while achieving a very high success rate without spending 13 years trying to figure it all out. Plus, I'm going to walk you through the absolute details of my #1 trading system that I trade every single day. The very first link in the description, click on that and you'll be able to go check it all out and be able to go see this free training. And I'm going to walk you through every single detail of these 7 universal laws so you too can start to have the odds on your side. So go do that right now and I'll see you on the next page.